Okay, so we don't know what this is, do we? I assume it's a magazine ad. Attachment, you see ad for magazine. Okay, you told us here, but really part of your presentation should be to tell us. Magazine ad banner. So that means it has to show up on a website clearly enough, bulletin board and book cover, but the book cover wasn't part of advertising. That is not advertising. A book cover is, collateral. It should have gone in the first piece if you were going to put it there. So book cover doesn't count here. And therefore you only have 3 pieces for when you should have 6. So that's kind of important. This is nice. It has a nice, clean, fresh look. It's nice the way these go up here. This type is squished. Is it really necessary? Aveeno Daily Moisturizing Lotion with, you could have Active Naturals, oat contains, whatever this is, it's squashed. And why have 2 long lines and one short one and squash it? So, you could break the copy, spread the type out so that it's not distorted the way it is here. You also probably want to hang it from the same line. So you put a rule there and you move this up and like spread out the type, redo the type so that it's a little bit spread out. Maybe make it a line top and bottom. You might be able to fit it on 2 lines, but I think it might be better to fit it, unless you edit it down, make it fit comfortably without distorting it on 3, but align it with these 3, for example. But fill it out so that the type isn't squished and therefore harder to read and distorted, okay? The Aveeno is very small in here for this being on a web page. Can we really read this? Because I can't really read it well on my monitor at the moment. Even though it would be bigger, it might be bigger, hang on. It's pretty small. What I would do is put Aveeno up here, make it pretty big, move over soft, smooth and softer touch for your care. Well, it's smoother and softer care for your skin, really. But I would enlarge the Aveeno. The green is nice at the edges, that's nice. And then you'll have more room to not squish this so that, someone can actually read it. It looks like it's distorted. Okay, it looks good up here on the billboard. Nice that you showed that. Again, though, you have, I think you've distorted this type. Again, it does not look like it was designed to look. So you don't ever want to squish things. That is the kind of thing art directors look at immediately. So otherwise it's very nice, okay? Now this is not, because it isn't actually one of the things that we wanted to be seeing. And what you needed to be doing is to work on finding, making, getting anything. You have to pull together stuff that you did, in advertising, as described in the revision sheet. So you were remiss here. This type is distorted. You have a lot of different kinds of type. It's kind of hard to read. Vegetarian cookbook, it's kind of like you're kind of making an ad, but it's a book cover, which it's not. So I'm not really quite buying this as a book cover, but if it is a book cover, which it clearly is, it doesn't belong in the advertising, okay? So again, this type and this type is clearly distorted. I think, yes, this is as well. I think you need to rework this a little bit if you're going to use it somewhere else. I'm not sure how many typefaces you're actually using here, but never, ever, ever exceed 3. And you have a lot of lines kind of, cutting across things. So, I mean, it's making a very stripy look to it. I think you need to do more work on this, but we should address it somewhere else. You have PDQ pretty darn quick off to the left here, but why? Are you writing an essay? Or, if this is the title and the title needs, your hierarchy is a problem because this has the most contrast, but this is your title. So everything's kind of competing for attention here. So I would pare it down a bit and make sure you have enough room to really say vegetarian, PDQ vegetarian cookbook, but that has to claim some space, okay? So maybe you don't have room for these, but you have to give it some air also and not chop up the space too much. But again, it's not for this assignment.